Hello, geometry students, and welcome to day one of our final review. I'm going to try and get about 3 in today. I think they're pretty easy, actually. There's not much work to copy, so I wouldn't copy anything for work number 1. Just follow along with me on the video. Because I'm just going to explain some quick little facts about it, and we'll find what we can do here. Now, the second 2, I want you to draw the diagrams and give me the correct answer. So very little copying of work today, though I got to admit to you, in the next few days there will be more where there's more work to be shown. Okay, but the first story, let's take it easy too. Okay, just show me something on a piece of paper, especially 2 and 3. Follow my work. This one I'm not expecting you to follow my work. Just follow along with the video, since you're my captive audience right now. Now, I'm going to match these with their 3-dimensional shape, and this is how I'm going to do it. I could look, some people might be able to see this right away. Some people it may be a little bit more difficult. Now, as I'm looking at some of these, what I see here is, yes, a triangle. A triangular prism. A triangular prism is like a tent. You can imagine like a pup tent or an old tent they used to have. They don't make tents like this anymore. I used to have one like this when I was a little kid. And it has 2 triangles, one on the front, one on the back. So I'm looking here, I'm trying to find which one of these has 2 triangles. Well, this has 2 triangles and this has 4. Okay, alright. So I got 2 good candidates here. Now the other ones don't have any triangles on them. So it's down to these 2. Now the question is, what are the other shapes on this? When I look at this is a square. Or at least looks kind of squarish here. On the other side, there's a square. And on the bottom there would be a square. So I would have 1, 2, 3 squares. Now this one has triangles, but only 1 square. This one, 2 triangles, 1, 2, 3 squares. This is an exact match right here. Okay, next one. This is a funky one. The cone, the ice cream cone. Now, this is good because I know it has something here that'll help me really, really well. It has a circle. It has 1 circle on top. A cone only has 1 circle on the top. Unlike a can or a cylinder or a cup that has 2 circles in it. If I look at a cup, now you made me want to get a cup. I'll be right back. I gotta grab a cup. A cup. A cup is a coffee cup, right? It has 1 circle on top, and then when you turn it over, it has another circle. This is a coffee cup from one of my former students. They got me this one. It says, "Tears of my students," like I drink the tears of my students. How terrible if you thought of me like that. But I keep it anyway because I think it's fun. All right. Next one. So this only has 1 circle. I look over here. Well, which one only has 1 circle? Well, this has 2, and this has 1. So a cone is not like a cup. It only has 1 circle, so it's got to be this one. And this piece, if you unwrap the cone part of it, would look kind of funny, like this weird triangle, or part of a circle, or an arc, if you remember our circle question. Okay, this one is a cube. A cube, like those things we made with origami, if you remember, it's completely made up of squares. Now I gotta find something that is just only squares. Well, this has a couple squares in it. It has a rectangle. This one is all squares. No triangles, all squares. Good. Here was a good one. To be careful with these. It's a pyramid. This is a square-based pyramid. So it's got 1, 2, there's 1 going down the back, 3, and 1 going this way, 4 triangles. So which one has a square bottom and 4 triangles? Well, that's right here. Next one. Be careful with these. You know, see, this one is all squares. This one has squares here and here has one, and probably on the other side that's two squares, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles and 2 squares. There we go. And finally, the cup. Tears of my students. Tears of my students. Tears of my students. The cup. 2 circles. And if you were able to cut this thing off, if you were able to cut a cup in half, if you ever have a chance to cut a cup, I think I did it with a paper towel roll. This part here that goes around the outside where it says Tears of My Students, the sides of the cup, if you cut it off and you maybe made a slice down like this, you get a rectangle when you unfolded it. So 2 circles and a rectangle, Tears of My Students, right there. All right, 2 more problems. All right, these are a little bit easier. So now I'm going to do SSS, SAS, AAS, ASA, or HL. And your favorite one, that's not a rule. Nobody use the donkey rule. Or otherwise known as ASS. And remember, ASS also could be SSA. Same thing. They're both the donkey rule. Okay? But you can use these other 5 here, and I give you the choice here. So what you have to look at is these marks on them. Now, this one has 3 marks here. This one has 3 marks here. That's telling me this side is the same as this side. So I have 2 things. Then I have these 2 marks over here. And then I have these 2 marks over here. Here, 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 here. So these 2 sides are the same. So I have SS. Now at this point, I can eliminate some of these. ASA only has 1 S in it. HL only has 1 S in it, if so to speak. The only 2 left, AAS only has 1 S in it. So it's either SAS or SSS. Now, if there was an angle in it, if I saw someone did something like this, then I could do SAS. Remember, order is important. You have to be able to say SAS when you look at side, angle, side. Okay? But it doesn't. So I can't use SAS. What I do notice here is that this side is the same as this side. It's the same as itself. They share this. So I'm going to put this one in red to show you that this is the same on both of them. So 1 side, 2 sides, and really 3 sides. They share between them. So this one is SSS. Look, you can even write ASS on your work if you want to. Okay, let's do the next one. This other one is very similar, so I'm not going to waste too much time on it. These 2 are sides in common. These 2 sides are sides in common. So you have two triangles with 2 sides in common. But just like the other one, it shares a 3rd one in common. So S, 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 S. They're not going to tell you about this one they share in common. When you have problems like that, they never say it's the same or something like that. They assume that you know that. I always say don't assume, but geometry textbooks do. So our final answer is SSS. All right, good job, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow with more exciting work. Bye-bye.